This is Goldar, and you're listening to Toku's Secrets Podcast. Don't tune us out, tune us in.
But I know what it is now, and it's Deborah Phillips and Michael Copon. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Lucas, the blue-time Force Ranger, Michael Copon, and the yellow-time Force Ranger, Deborah Phillips. Welcome, you look so beautiful. You're so dressed so nice. I mean, I see this, we're a classy establishment here at RSP. That's it. Mike, how's it going?
It's going good.
You can sit wherever you'd like.
Yeah. Hey, how you guys doing?
I'm glad to have you here. Before we got, I know there's some of the rest of the teams coming in, and there'll be a game if we have time for it later, but we're here for time, of course. You guys, we're here for you guys. And one of the things that somebody mentioned, and you know it's going to come up during this panel before too long anyway, was a favorite moment was movie madness.
Yeah.
And each of you got to play out your own different scene, and I know once everybody gets here, we'll all have memories and stories on that, but I feel like watching that was fun. Sit in the light, yes. I'm not, nothing negative about our experience here, but it's just such a weird, random setup. But, yeah, hey, you want to set that ring light up? We honest to goodness, but it's fun either way. But
since we're early, I'm sorry guys. I'm scrambling the boys.
Thank you, that's it. Keep it on the line. Trying to keep it on.
Do I smell that? Do I smell it?
Every time you look down, she
I know, right? She just
testing. Is this on? Okay.
she's just being nice, I think, because I smell that.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but whenever, this is from the day of being on the show, infamously, I was always the first one on set. And it trickled down into the Comic-Con world. So when there's photo ops and
She ain't lying because we used to live together.
I got a wrangle.
We used to live together, and I would be late like 30
minutes.
minutes.
And he said, "Come get me." I said, "I just
Please welcome the Red Ranger, Jason Phillips. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was always actually late. They would like send one of the PAs to come to my house, and literally, there's been like 5 times they came to my house and dragged me out of bed. Like I mean, it's different now because I'm an adult and I wake up at 3-4 in the morning. But when I was young and I was immature, I would sleep until like 3 in the afternoon. Like, you couldn't wake me up. I was done. And I think there's numerous pictures of me on set sleeping too during the movie madness. There's like pictures of me in our chair, and I'm just like this. All my pictures of me sleeping in the set. Who likes sleeping here, man? Like, right? Who likes showers and sleep? Man, you guys are my people.
It's comfortable. You're just in there, the water.
Like my wife and I, we take a shower every night together. Not to get too personal, but that's all right. Hey,
Green Rangers, Kevin Kleinberg, Ransik himself, the one and only Erin, and that's everybody important, I think, right? Except for the man himself, the legend. From San Jose, California, weighing in at 210 pounds, he's the Quantum Defender, the champion, ladies and gentlemen.
let's get ready to rumble!
Great time.
forever.
Oh man, welcome to the show. Welcome to Rangerstop and Pop, everybody. What an amazing, electrifying experience to have an entire cast together. It's actually really rare to get an entire team of heroes together all at once. Erin, right here in the middle where you belong. Center of attention, surrounded by the boys and girls of one of the greatest power Power Ranger teams, and I realized that they're cheer for that.
Take out the word one.
It really is. I gotta meet the Lightspeed guys in a few minutes.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right, we'll be sensitive.
But no, the reality of it is,
Now for the greatest season ever.
Now, what's really cool about Time Force is everyone's here because of that. I think it changed. The show was different that year for a variety of reasons. And does any one of you, as a cast member of the series, did you feel that it was different than previous Power Rangers?
Yes.
Yeah. And Dan, you had worked on Power Rangers for a good while, right?
Too long. But I knew the show was going to be special because of how different it was. I don't know if these guys do, because I don't know how versed they were with the universe before they came on. But and then these guys were amazing actors. So I was pretty happy that they had turned me down for all the other roles I auditioned for. Because they said I was too intense. And I got a chance to be working with these guys.
It was before you all got here.
We love you too, Dan.
Yeah, exactly.
We love you too.
I just want to say though that bringing your helmets is so passé, you guys.
I will say though, before we got here, we were talking. Some people were talking their favorite episodes, their favorite moments. One thing I said was, I did think that your character was probably one of the best written in the franchise of the show, based on where you came from and grew, and how you played that as well. I know you wanted him to die, right? But I just think the way
Are
that...
you kidding me? That would mean that I wouldn't have any work if he died.
I love that. That's the true actor's answer. Wouldn't that be cool? It would be if there wasn't a sequel. Yeah.
And I'd come back from the dead.
I love it. But the cool thing about Time Force is it was not afraid to do things a little bit differently. One of the fans out here mentioned that their favorite episode was the time that Trip had to defend another mutant who wasn't necessarily the bad guy or the villain of the story, but thought, oh, he's a mutant, we're taking him down, I don't care what he looks like, we're shooting him. Paraphrasing. Yeah. But that spoke a lot to that. And I wanted to ask you, Kevin, about that episode specifically, or any other focus episodes for Trip, that how you got to bring, what you got to bring to that.
Well, I think Trip was just a good character, just like authentically good-natured character, and I think
Literally just like you, Kevin. Like literally, that's Kevin.
yes, that's right. So, that is true. It was a great episode. It's very memorable. A lot of fans bring that up. Just I think it really touches, the heartstrings a bit. So sticking up for what's right, and having integrity. I think things are good morals. So thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Again, like you. Thank you. Erin up here, even without the microphone, is so inspirational to everybody. She's like, just like you, Kevin, you're great, you got this. Like, she's like cheerleading her team right now. It's what you do. Yeah, and that shows in real life, though, because seeing you guys on the TV is great chemistry, but some people work together, and they're a group of 5 people who have a job that they have to do, and then some people remember that and love it. And what a unique thing, though, to come back. This is for anybody who wants to comment on it. 2001 was a couple of years back. I mean, we're doing a thing, and now here we are talking about this as this full group. One Tree Hill was around that time as well. Yeah, let's give it up for. We've done a lot of things.
It was after Power Rangers was my very first audition. Ever? Ever. It was my very first job, and then.
So he doesn't really have any idea how Hollywood's supposed to work, and
yeah, I had no clue. Like Dan said, I had no clue whether it was. I didn't know if it was a good season, not so good, but I did feel something special. However, through the years, I've been in the business now 25 years. There's nothing been magical like we had in terms of the camaraderie and the brotherhood and sisterhood that we have as a Time Force cast. Even though I did all this other stuff, there's never been nothing that touched our Power Ranger cast for sure. Oh yeah, they had to wait for me to turn 18 until we started. So my birthday's November 13th.
Oh wow.
They were supposed to start in I think October, and then they pushed it till literally after that, because otherwise they would have to pay all this money because I'm underage.
Right.
taking advantage of me. I'm so innocent.
Yeah, that's that is your names to this day, ladies and gentlemen. Is you can see it. Yeah, but as we're going down the line, just one person at a time, briefly. Erin.
I wanted to wait because I didn't want to distract. These are Mikey's glasses, and I just thought they were like so cool. So I was like, I gotta.
Those are pretty cool.
I feel instantly cooler. Also judgy.
You kind of look like Tony Stark. Yeah. Like Tony Stark for Iron Man.
Yeah, I am Iron Man.
You definitely look all like. Oh my gosh. You're the coolest one in the room. That's how it happens. Yeah. But that's fun.
Like you're so cool.
Those are pretty darn cool.
I need to sell my own hair product too, right? Like Lucas was
If
always
you think so, go for it. Yeah.
Lucas was always
Don't make your
fixing
dreams
his
be
hair
dreams.
on
Yeah.
TV.
See, that's it. They're good glasses. Look at Kevin.
You'll be able to purchase them soon. They're my own design. I'm still working them through it.
Is that not a joke? You're
No,
serious?
no, I'm serious. It's a design I've been working on. So.
Oh, good. So, well, they're promoting his new sunglasses.
I got inspired by, Dita is the company that has the Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And I bought the Dita pair. They're like $1,500, and I lost them. I got the Mach 8s. Tony wore the Mach 3s, and I was so mad. And after that, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make my own line. And then I started like working on because I always love sunglasses. It's been my thing. So yeah, this is one of our first prototypes, and then working on some other ones right now. So soon you'll be able to get some.
By the way, I don't know if you guys saw when you were like, I bought them and then I lost them. I was like,
There goes.
that just makes me like, oh.
It sucks.
That's
They
just
should
so
make
tough
like
to
air
buy.
tags that are like really small. You can put on your sunglasses.
Actually,
That could be
Yeah, I
right
should
right
do
there.
actually,
That's
that could be part of
There's
the
your
process.
that goes right
All
in the
right,
air, in the earpiece.
Hey Roger, add that to the.
See, that's it. Roger. That's good. Erin, bringing it down to you just briefly here. Being a Pink Ranger that had a much more of a leadership role than perhaps previous years, and we can. Being a de facto person who did, when you prepared for Power Rangers, I don't know if you watched any of the shows with Amy, Joe, or the others, but like none of those Pink Rangers were engaged to somebody who traveled through time and then met their great ancestor, and then that person turned out to be a jerk that they were engaged to. Like the other Pink Rangers, kind of up to that point, had not done that stuff.
Yeah.
And how did you prepare for that? But even more so than that, now, what people are still talking to you all the time about this show, right?
Yeah. Well, okay, first of all, I have something in my right eye. I just asked Jason, like, can you see anything? So if you guys see me making weird faces, it's because I'm like, I gotta get something out of the eyeball. So, yeah, none of us would have predicted that 25 years later, we have fans that are so loyal, that are so loving, that are so, and it's, it's like Mikey said, we had no idea what we were walking into. We knew we were walking into, obviously, a piece of history. Because if you say, like, I was the Power Ranger, it's just, it's a piece of history, of human history, all across the world. So that we had kind of had the profundity of, but, like, no idea. Especially for me, I didn't know. I still have women come up to me that are like, I went to college because of you, or I did this because of you, and it's humbling every single time. Every single time. When we were in, well, it doesn't matter. There's all kinds of crazy stories about like just the love that is.
We are here for those stories, and so feel free to tell them if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are here
I've
for
just
those
been told
stories.
like that people's first crushes and people I wouldn't expect.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that, which is so complimentary. And also, guys, sometimes makes us just feel old. I'm like, I was your first crush. I'm like, you're like a fully formed adult. But thank you. Like I just couldn't have predicted any of it. I'm so grateful. And we love you guys so much. Truly. Yes, we do.
It's great, yeah. Jason, coming on down this way to you. Very, very fun. Playing two different Red Rangers on the same series. Kind of fun, kind of exciting. Wes and Alex were fairly different, but I'm not going to say which did you have more fun playing, that's a silly question. You played Wes almost 100% of the time comparatively. But when you drew from the two, and especially the times where you were opposite Erin and playing the stern version of, you need to be uniform, we're a team here, no time to joke around.
That was a good impression.
I would never use that to make fun of Jason, just so everybody knows. But yeah. And, that's Jason in a nutshell right there. But no, the scenes like that, just talk about a little bit of that, if you remember that. It's years ago, I know, but...
You mean
the vast difference, the difference in character.
You know, it was really cool. Like to piggyback what they were saying is that we had no idea that the series would become that special. Not at all. We did know that we had two veteran actors that were on set that were going to really help lead us in Vernon and Estelle. And that was something that I had done some shit out there before that, but in terms of a lot of on-set things that you wouldn't know in an acting class, learned a ton from these guys, which was invaluable to a bunch of young actors. But the Alex and Wes thing was pretty cool. They told me when we came in, they said, hey, the audition for Wes and Alex was come into the room. It was our season because it was union. They wanted actors.
Yeah.
And they were very, very big on getting strong actors. So they said, come in, read the scene as Wes, leave the room, take 60 seconds, 90 seconds, come back in and do it as Alex. Same scene. And they wanted to see what it was mannerisms, the way you speak, the way you sit, the way you talk, how much different you could be to have contrasting characters. So that was pretty cool because I knew that it was an acting challenge to show two different sides of myself, and it worked. It worked well. So those scenes were fun. I don't know how much these guys liked it because the Alex West dynamic took all day.
Yeah.
I had to go in and black my hair up, and then we'd have to film it, lock the set, go shower the black out, shower everything out.
Definitely a lot of sleeping on set.
Yeah.
If only you could have found time for a nap.
We would sleep in our trailer and be like, this is knocking my door and they're ready.
Yeah,
Jason's doing his hair again.
yeah, it was a long thing, but the season was amazing because you look at the dynamic between me and Erin, me and Dan. Everybody had the specific roles, and even though it was you think Red and Pink Ranger, everybody in this group was so, perfect in the way they wrote it. So I think every character in our season watching our season was so much more involved, which was pretty cool what Time Force did.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, and I think the fans, that's one of the reasons the room is so full.
And Erin didn't have to act, she had to fall in love with me. How easy was that?
The tough part is playing down for the cameras, right? Exactly. Oh, two microphones for Vernon. There he is. Now, Vernon, I want to come back to you if I can, just to keep the team. I love this man. Vernon Wells, Ransik. We don't have villains like this in the franchise very often. There's been a lot of cool characters, a lot of different face characters, but to have a veteran actor, Jace mentioned a second ago, having you and Ed on the show, it was a dynamic that changed things for Power Rangers. And when there were scenes where there were no Ranger actors in it and it was just the two of you, it was not the same show at all. It was like, this is a little kid's show. This is the payoff. The kids that continued to watch that were bullied through school are getting this. This is cool. I don't want to follow that with your thing too, but go on there. Yeah, but pop off if you would. No, about some stuff. Yeah, as the kids are probably saying. And but you came in with a long resume of things. But being an actor of a different, no offense, my friends, that's not what I mean. A different caliber at the time of actor than they were at the time.
That was like sheep to the slaughter.
What was stepping onto this show like? Were you happy about it the whole time? Were you like, oh, I'm on a kid's show, what is this?
It was quite funny because when the first audition I did for this little twig thing was, I walked into a room full of actors from every television show you'd ever seen, and I'm talking about major actors, and I went, what the fuck am I doing? I was like, I hadn't done television. I mean, I'm an actor on screen. Television wasn't my thing, so I was like, okay. I got invited back for a second audition, and there was half the amount of people plus me, and I'm still going, what am I doing here? And I had one ally, a man called Koichi, who happened to be our director and producer. And I'd done a film with him over in Ireland. And I got asked to come back for one last audition. And there was 4 people. I was one of them. I did the audition and left. And while I was doing this, by the way, I was flying backwards and forwards from the city of Sin. And I was working there doing a TV show. Oh yeah, I did do TV shows. But I was never on TV. I was just doing it from the camera and then they put it on. But I didn't really take a lot of interest, and I'm not being mean. I really didn't think I would get it because I wasn't a television actor. And then they asked me to come back because the executive producer had the flu, I think, and he wasn't at the audition, so he hadn't seen me, and I had to come back and do an audition on my own. And Koichi sitting there, and I walked through the door, and I was like, huh? And he said, "You're nearly there, do it right." And I thought, do I really want to? So I did my audition, and lo and behold, they rang me while I was in the city of Sin and said, "Come back, you've got the role." I didn't really know how to approach it. It was an interesting thing for me because they were all kids. They weren't. I was an adult, and they were like younger than me, and there's all these rules you have to abide by. So I threw them out, and went, I'm just going to do this like I do any other show. But the funny thing was, I was walking across the set the first morning that I was ever on the scene, and this door to a caravan opened, and this girl came hurtling out, threw herself on me and said, "Who are you?" And I went, "I think I'm the guy that killed your boyfriend." And she just looked at me and went, "I don't like you." And then she went back into her caravan, and from that moment to this day, we have been the greatest friends God ever made in this world, because I adore her perfectly, love her to bits. And she, it got to the point where people thought that she may have been my daughter. I don't give a shit. I got into this, I took this thing, once I started doing the show, everybody was just so amazing, except for the Black Ranger, who was a pain in the ass to everybody. But everybody else was just so amazing.
I was red and black.
Okay, you were half a pain in the ass. So it was just an amazing, amazing show. I did a lot of things, as you know, in the show with Erin. They seem to get us together all the time, like always, it's you again. I'm going to take you down. Oh, good God. But it was fun, and I loved it. And they got me to do things I would never do in real life, like wear a tutu. But when we were talking about the show, it was different in the fact that they had 2 actors who were established. And so they started writing scripts that were much more actor inclined for the whole cast. So we all got to do things. And one of the ones I loved was when my daughter was in love with Wanker up here. And I had to keep telling them they could.
I mean, look at me. Why would anyone want to break up with me? That's the line from the movie.
It was a lot of fun. Anyway, what I meant to say was, I had 12 months of joy with this pack of lunatics, and every one of them was a pleasure to be with. And I would say, and I'm saying this with seriousness, out of a lot of things I've done in my life, that 12 months that I spent with these lot were probably the best on-set moments I've ever had.
You guys see how good of an actor he is? You got that. I believe it too, man. And it shows with this group of people. It's fantastic. Deborah, the yellow one.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can we just have a quick minute for how hot Deborah Phillips is? She's not aged one day.
She was like, I'm the first one here, so I'm going to sit in the good lighting. And that's not on purpose.
She moved away from me like I stunk or something.
Well, that's just
definitely the lighting. Definitely the lighting.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that too. No, but it's so good to have you guys here, all of you. But Deborah, what's really neat about your character, just as a fan myself from that time period, was there were a lot of moments where Trip, for example, would get help from you physically because there were things that, and there was never a question that a female and a male character couldn't be strong. But I would say that you're probably the strongest of Power Rangers that there have been, character-wise. But is that something that you've taken with you? Do people come up to you and say that strength came from that? Because from my point of view, as not that necessarily part of the audience, what I took from that is everyone is equal in their abilities to grow and be strong. So I know it's an empowerment for the young women in the audience, but that's what I took from it.
100%. I mean, there's strength in so many different ways other than physical.
Sorry, Dan, we'll get back to
You're missing it.
Oh,
You're missing it.
Rangerstop and Pop is what it's all about. These are the moments we can't do it outright. These are the reasons we're going to this show. Oh my, the big red.
So as I was saying, strength, and it doesn't necessarily have to be physical. Obviously, they casted a very tall, thin black girl to play Katie when she was supposed to be physically strong, but Katie, she was strong in so many ways. The heart was just so big, and so yes, when people do come up to me, I get a lot with the strength, but mental strength is probably one of the biggest things I feel like today that when I do talk to people about strength, because mental strength is a huge superpower in itself, and I want to encourage anyone across the board, and that it was such a blessing to play that role and take it, to today's time, and to just incorporate. Yeah, we all need that. So yeah, and mental health is a big thing. People don't talk about it a lot, but it is something that we need to check in with ourselves, with a strong support system on a daily basis. So yes, I've loved all of you and just all the chats that I've had, and it's been empowering in itself. So thank you all for your time.
My friends, we've got about 20 minutes left, which would be enough time to play this newlywed game. But I would much rather, if you are all okay with it, open it up to questions. Because I don't want to change the dynamic of this by playing a game. I would love to if you want to play a game, but I would love for the audience to get to ask you some questions if you're okay with that. I know these fans are here for that, so if you're cool with that, we'll do that. Okay, let's go right here.
So, out of on-camera work, voiceover work, live on-stage acting, do you guys have a preference, or is there any more areas that you guys, medium, that you'd like to explore than acting?
Anything attached to a paycheck.
I was always intimidated by stage actors when I first started because, as an actor, you get to take multiple takes, and so it's like, yay, But it wasn't until about 5 years ago I actually started dabbling with stage, and I fell in love with the scariness of being in front of a live audience and having to be there for your fellow co-stars, your actors, and put out fires and just be witty. And it was just, there's something that was just so cool about that. And Then I took it further to do immersive type theater. So that's a great question. I mean, there's so many different genres. I think television and film will always be that sweet spot, but there was nothing like, wow, that was a wonderful thing to try, but yes.
I'll say, for me, I love all the arts of acting, but when I started writing and then directing and acting, it like opened up a whole different world of just understanding my character and all the characters. Because as an actor, sometimes I wouldn't like care about the other actors, typically because you didn't want it to affect the way you would listen, react truthfully in the moment. But I don't know, there's something different when you're like writing the characters, all of them, their archetypes all the way down to how they're listening, responding in the scenes, and then you're actually, acting that character that you chose to play while you're directing the entire story. It's a new love that I found, 12 years ago that I haven't stopped doing, so it's that for me, and I think that medium, and I think there's people that will say, oh, well, theater is so real in the moment, and I get that that's so true. But when I think of cinema and the ability to create something that's gonna last forever, like I watch Braveheart every year, for instance. Like it's one of the movies I watch every year, and just a bit, yeah, right. It's a great movie. But when you watch these movies and David Fincher and what he did with Seven and all these films that you're like, man, being able to have something that lasts forever, even like. You guys still watch Time Force, for instance. Yeah. You know what I mean? So the art of cinema, whether it be TV series and movies, that will always stay on the top level for me, but always extended now that ability to write, direct, and act those parts as well. That's really become a new interest to me.
Do you have something you want to say?
There's Trip, see?
So
nice.
Thank you, sir. Trip and I always got along. I have a novel coming out. I signed a deal with the publisher, so I have a novel coming out next spring. Who thought this guy would have put some words on some paper? Like 60,000 of them. So it's coming out, look out for it. If you're fans of the show, it's aimed at this audience. The working title for now is called Damned. Damned.
It's damned with ham inside of it.
God damn it. So anyway, my publisher would be happy to take this moment to let you know about it. But I will say that as a medium, to relate it to the discussion topic here, I love it because I am God. I decide who lives and who dies. I get to play all the scenes that I ever wanted to play. I like that. That's cool.
You talking? Sorry, Chip.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
Oh, I'll do it. You know I'll do
So
Okay.
I think you have a lot to contribute to the conversation. So
it.
please.
So do you, though, Kevin.
Actually,
So do you.
the word acting is what I always look at. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're standing on a street corner playing your guitar for people who are walking past, you're acting. Everybody, we all do it. And I have this whole thing of little kids who we should watch. Kids are the greatest actors God ever created. If they want something, they get it. And the minute they get it, they're all smiles. Oh my God, you know?
That's my son over there.
Yeah, was that so bad? Just a quick thing. I never wanted to be an actor, just for all those people that aren't interested. It was the last thing on my mind ever. Never wanted to be an actor. I loved being behind the camera. I thought that was fascinating. Being an actor, I always remember I was I rode horses and drove, so I was doing stunts more than anything because I had my own horse. And I was in a series in Australia, and I was standing at the back of a whole group who were getting set up for a scene, and the director came out and he said, "Hey, you, the big guy, come here." And I'm looking for the big guy, and it's like, oh shit. So I walk up and he says, "All right, when the star walks out on the stage, you're going to say this: 'We've got your horse, everything's fine, we'll get it done.'" He turns his back and walks away, so I just drifted back through the crowd to the back again. And he doesn't even know. Star comes out here, action, and you hear, cut. 3 times he tried. 3rd time he went, "Anybody else want to do it?" It's like, so I didn't want to be an actor, ever. I became an actor because I got talked into doing a stage play called Hosanna by Michelle Tremblay, which I never, ever wanted to do. Because when my manager rang me, she said, "I want you to do this stage play." And I went, "Yeah, good for them." And she said, "No, they're serious, they want you to do it." And I said, "Okay, fine, what's it about?" I said, "Transvestite," and I hung up. She rang me back and said, "Why did you hang up?" And I went, "I don't have any reason." And she said, "Transvestite." And she said, "Yes, it's a transvestite and a boyfriend." I hung up. She rang me back, she said, "Stop hanging up the phone." I said, "I am not playing a poofter." Excuse me, in Australia, that's a gay guy. I am not being gay. I'm not gay. I was born on a farm. I ride horses. I'm not gay. She said, "Did anybody say you were?" No. Okay, so we got that straight. Eventually, I got talked into it by my brother, and I did it, and that launched my career because
You just wanted to have a laugh.
Yeah. A gentleman's girlfriend, that gentleman was called George Miller, and his girlfriend saw me on stage and contacted George, and I got February. And that started my whole career, and as I always say, George Miller destroyed my life. Seriously, I still don't want to be a bloody actor.
Down there, if we put in the hat now.
Hey, actually for you, Mr. Wells.
Oh, God, Lord.
One of my favorite roles of yours was John Benedict Commando.
Yes.
Okay, could you please say the shoot between the eyes line for me?
Say the what?
The shoot between the eyes line.
Oh. I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes, John. I'm gonna shoot you between the balls!
That's it. Oh man, I think we got time for 1 or 2 more since you got such a nice, large-sized panel. Erin's picked one out. Go ahead, right here in the corner.
Yes, you've been so cute. I've seen you. If you could have been a character in any of the other Ranger shows, which one would you want to be?
That was my voice.
That's a good one, yeah.
Was that directed to someone?
I guess anybody. Yeah, Jason, Erin. Dan, you auditioned for multiple characters before you got Oh, that's funny. It's true.
They all sucked.
I'll just jump in.
Yeah.
Not to sound terrible, but I wouldn't want to be anybody other than Jen with
Yeah.
anybody other than these students.
When you get a thing that just works like that.
Yeah, we all said 20-something years later, it was the best experience of our careers, and like we've all done so much. And so not to take the cheap road, but truly, I wouldn't want to be anybody other than Jen, anybody other than with these guys.
Yeah, it's a big man like not being a part of Time Force, then for sure just staying right here with Time Force is what we all
I
want.
concur.
Most of the other seasons would probably say you guys. So, I mean, don't look into it, but I'm sure they would. That's it.
We got
Start
some more
texting.
questions? That's it.
Sasha, is this true? Okay, right here and right there. Yeah. Yep.
So you guys have a great cast chemistry, and you guys seem to be doing really well as friends now.
Next.
So, but did you guys have like any cast traditions or like things that you guys did to stay like tight? And then a second silly question is, did you guys ever get tired of wearing the same clothes?
The same costume, right? The same boots and skirt.
Hated that outfit.
I gotta say, they gave us those costumes for free, the ones we wore every day. We wanted the Power Ranger suits, you know what I mean? We're sick of wearing these things. We look like Charlie Brown. We open up our closet with like 10 of the same outfits. Like, what the heck?
As far as tradition goes, it's these events that have actually brought us closer together. At least from my perspective, they were closer to one another than I was. I was always a little bit outcast, but I think that over the years we've become very close. And as
yeah, like even a few years ago, I realized he was trying to text me and he blocked me. I'm sure it was an accident.
I blocked everybody because the love between these guys just is sickening. Thousands of texts. I love you so much. I miss you so much. Oh, I'm so excited.
Now we text and email each
I gotta
other.
block this shit. I got a favorite story about my. He was new to the show, and he's a very protective individual over the people he loves. So I had come onto the show much later and playing this dark character, and he had no idea who he was. And I love this. He's not aware of this. He used to do this to me on a daily basis.
What?
I would show up on set doing my character, and my character would show up. It's very brooding. This dude, I swear to God, he was tall. He was a young kid. He was like 18, right? That's right. He was tall. I was 27. I was already a stuntman. Just like that. I've been like a full contact fighter, all this shit, bouncer before I got a job. And I'm standing there doing my role, and I feel this. This 18-year-old boy is mad dogging me. This kid is 18. He just got out of his diapers. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh, I know what this is. It's cute. I would go over here. And then 5 minutes later, it'd be like this. It was cute. And those are fond memories for me.
Yeah,
This
that's
guy.
awesome.
Guys, I hate to say it, we are